Hey YouTube, last year, 2015, was a year full of prophetic signs and events. We had much focus on the blood moons, on the Shemitah, as presented by Jonathan Cahn and Mark Biltz, and these guys brought forth compelling evidence, and there was a lot of expectation set towards September 23rd because it's the beginning of Rosh Hashanah. And it's got a pattern preceding that showing that there was market collapses and 9/11, plenty of other events relating to that date. Now I want to show you a clip from a video that I've referenced before. A guy named Jeff Berwick, his channel is Dollar Vigilante, and he has studied the Jubilee year quite extensively in the Shemitah. So what I want to show you, I'll show you a clip from this, and then I will show you what the Lord showed me, evidence that I believe is totally compelling that we are absolutely in the Jubilee year and that Brexit was a major event, that I believe Brexit could lead into very prophetic things. So watch this clip here from Dollar Vigilante, and then I'll go on to explain what the Lord showed me.
The last major market crash occurred on September 29th, 2008. On that day, the Dow Jones fell 777 points, of all numbers, its biggest one-day point drop ever. On Friday, in the aftermath of Brexit, the Dow fell over 600 points. What's interesting about Friday's date? It was 7 years, 7 months, 7 weeks, and 7 days since September 29th, 2008. And what a day Friday, June 24th was. The Japan Nikkei fell more than 7% and was closed. The London FTSE Exchange lost £100 billion in value and fell as much as 8.7%. And the Dow fell 600 points. And the British pound fell 10% to a 31-year low. This is exactly the type of Super Shemitah Jubilee volatility we've warned about. Clinical, catastrophic, methodical. While we were unsure if Brexit would succeed or not, we told subscribers to stay.
Okay, so I don't want to get into the rest of that. You can watch the video. It's short, 6.5 minutes. I'll leave a link. Now, as I considered this, I thought it was very compelling that Brexit occurred exactly 7 years, 7 months, 7 weeks, and 7 days since the last Shemitah event, which was the stock market collapse on Rosh Hashanah 2008. You need to remember that the market fell 777 points. This occurred exactly 7 years, 7 Jewish years on the same Jewish date, 7 years after 9/11. So these are, a consistent pattern that's emerging. If you want to go into the Jonathan Cahn stuff, he takes the pattern back even further. But this is what the Lord showed me, which really, I believe, shows us that we're in a major prophetic cycle that I find it hard to believe that we would emerge out of this Jubilee year without something major happening. So, again, he had, what was the date? 9/28/2008. Is that right? If you add 7 years, 7 months, 7 weeks, 7 days, I may need to go back and see 9/29. Okay, so 9/29, you have these numbers. This is the Brexit vote, okay? So here's what the Lord showed me. If this happened this time, it made me curious, has it happened before? And you go to Wikipedia, the 6-Day War. The 6-Day War was marked by a blood moon cycle. The 6-Day War was a Jubilee year. And, it was a restoration to Israel. This seems to be a restoration cycle to Israel where, 100 years ago, 1917, the land was taken from the Islamic Empire, and then the British made a mandate that it would be the homeland of the Jewish people. Then in 1948, Israel was born. Shall a nation be born in a day? And then 1967, they regained the Temple Mount. They regained the Western Wall. They ended up giving the Temple Mount back. So every year is a restoration to Israel. So I believe that there's things that must happen this year because of where we're at. So the 6-Day War, Israel seized control of the Gaza Strip, the Sinai Peninsula from Egypt, the West Bank and East Jerusalem from Jordan, and the Golan Heights from Syria. You know, every time there's a war, Israel comes under attack and then takes land instead of losing land. I thought I had another thing highlighted here, but I'll get to the point. The stock market collapse occurred on Rosh Hashanah of 2008. So I decided to go back and look at the 6-Day War. Rosh Hashanah in 1966 was the beginning of that Jubilee year. So it was 9/15/1966, right? Now, since 9/15/1966 was a Jubilee year, this is what I decided to look up. When you look at the 6-Day War, that it was fought between June 5th and June 10th, that's really nothing significant on the Jewish calendar. It doesn't point to a Hebrew, feast day. It doesn't point to anything that we recognize, But here's what the Lord showed me. Take your time. Okay, so 9/15/1966 is Rosh Hashanah, beginning that Jubilee year. You had 7 months, 7 weeks, 7 days, and you land on the final day of the 6-Day War. If you read this, in the 6-Day War, all the fighting ceased on June 10th, and the ceasefire was signed on June 11th. Well, that was supposed to work. Come on, highlighter. So what does this mean? The 6-Day War was a major prophetic event in the Jubilee year. Like, that was the event of the Jubilee year. So we have that exact clock cycle of 7 months, 7 weeks, 7 days occurring from the start of the Jubilee year. I don't know entirely what this means. The Lord only gave me this piece of the puzzle. I believe that being as just a part of the body, He doesn't reveal everything to one person. So this is the puzzle piece that I've got. As far as what it means, I think that it just points to this year as being a critical Jubilee year, that we've already seen the blood moons marking this year, and that Brexit, I believe, is a major move prophetically. You have to understand that Great Britain was an integral part of the Jubilee year 100 years ago. It was General George Allenby that went into Jerusalem and liberated it from the Ottoman Empire. So Great Britain has been a big part of this cycle. Comment below, share this on Facebook. I'm not currently on Facebook, so if this is something that you feel is relevant, then share it. Alright? So, that's what I've got. That's what the Lord showed me. Jesus Christ is Lord. No one can come to the Father but by Him. There's only one way to salvation. Jesus Christ.